Hey there, Fletcher from All Things Overlanding here, and today is going to be a fun one because I've had this Etenwolf S6 air compressor for about a year now, and I use it all the time. I keep it plugged in my garage. I use it to air up kids' bike tires. I use it to air up their basketballs. I use it when my kids' Honda Accord gets a flat. I use it on my car. I use it on my truck with the big 33-inch tires. It'll go up to 160 PSI, and it does a ton of work with auto shutoff, which is awesome. So I use this thing constantly. Now, they recently came out with a new version of this air pump called the S7 that they claim is 50% faster at airing things up. It has a dual pump built into it, so it has a lot of nice features while remaining mostly the same to the S6 and everything that I loved about it. They've made some changes that just make it more powerful, quicker, and easier to use. So today I'm actually going to do a side-by-side comparison. I'm going to air down 2 tires to 20 pounds, and I'm going to air them up at the same time with this to see which one wins and by how much. So if you want to learn more about the Etenwolf S7 and how it compares to the old S6, stay tuned.
Understand where it came from, but you got it, my got it. It began in the land of the sandstorm. I fought it, though I wanted everything to do with what you gave to me. Loosening my grip.
All right, guys, so I'm going to start by opening up the S7. I'm going to show you everything that comes in the box with it. I'm going to focus mostly on the S7 because I've done a video on the S6. So if you want to learn everything about that, click on the card up in the upper right corner, and you can go learn everything you want about that. But again, the focus is going to be on the S7. I'm going to try and show you as much as I can on this. And then in the end, we'll compare them just from a speed standpoint as far as which one airs up the tire faster, which we know it's going to be the S7, but I want to see by how much, and I want to share it with you guys. All right, so of course, you get the main unit itself, the S7. And as you can see, this thing does look a lot like the old S6, which I've got right here. So S7, S6. Very small changes, right? The form factor is basically the same. What's changed is internal in this thing. So I'm going to throw up the battery specs on the screen here so you can kind of see what happened with the battery. Now, they made the light button orange, which I like because that makes it easier to find, because if you're going to be finding this, it's going to be in the dark. You do have to hit the start button to turn on the power, and then you can just hit the light button. It's got several modes. So basically, you've got a low mode, high mode, which is really, really bright, then a fast flash and a slow flash, and then off. So kind of your standard light options. But again, if you had to set beside your tire on the side of a road and air it up, it's nice to know that you've got some light if it was nighttime, if it was dark, to make it easier on yourself while you're using this device. Now, one of the things that I've always liked about the Etenwolf units is that they've got everything built into them. So on the side here, you can see deflate and inflate. So you can use this thing to deflate stuff. So let's say you had a big inflatable raft or something and you wanted to deflate it, you could plug the hose into the deflate and you could deflate it. Or if you want to inflate, you want to put your hose into the inflate. Now it shows you here that if you turn it to the left, it actually locks it in place. And there is this little sort of catch here. So basically what we're going to do is we are going to put this in here, line it up with those, and we're going to turn it counterclockwise to lock it in place. And once you do that, it gets locked in place and it's on there really tight. Then on the other end, you've got this attached little inflator that would be perfect for like an inflatable raft or something like that. So that just gives you easy access to that. But then on the back here, they've got multiple options for different types of fittings from, like a basketball or other types of things that you might need to blow up. Now also on the back here while we're here is the charging port. So you do have a USB-C, which is what you use to charge this. It will charge up to 65 watts, and it does include a 45-watt fast charger for your wall. And then it's also got a USB-A. So if you needed to use this thing as an emergency power bank to, say, charge your phone or something, you could use this 38,400 milliamp hour battery to charge your devices. So now we are going to be doing tires, so we're actually not going to use this hose. So I'm just going to click that back on there. You do have these nice little catches on the side here so that you can put these things on and it will hold it in place so that it just stays right there. Now, the thing that I also like is you've got this always on tire compressor tube here on the front. And this thing is already ready to go onto your tires. But in addition to that, they also give you this quick release. And I pretty much, as you saw on the S6 here, I attach these and then I leave them on because I almost exclusively use this just for tires. And when you put it on there, as you can see, it actually does fit in there with it on, and it clicks right in there and stays out of the way, which I really like. So let's go ahead and do that on the S7 so that we're ready for our test here in a minute. It's threaded, so all you have to do is just sort of tighten this on there and then you're all set. And then let's just make sure that this works like the S6. And it does. So again, you can just put your tire tube right on there, have it ready to go whenever you need this. If you need to air up a tire and it's an emergency, all you got to do is take this thing out of the bag, put it on your tire, hit start, pick the mode that you want, and let it autofill your tire. So as I mentioned, you do get this 45-watt fast charging brick for your wall. Plus you get a USB-C to USB-C cable that's really long, which again, I like because I'm setting this on like a shelf in a garage and my plugs aren't that prevalent in the garage. So I kind of have to plug it in far away from where I'm actually keeping the unit. And I like they give you a ton of cord for that. And then the last couple of things you get are a manual, and you also get this quick start guide that just really quickly in just a few steps tells you exactly how to use this thing, exactly what you're looking for when you want to air up a tire. So again, if you are not so familiar with airing up tires and you're on the side of the road, this thing is going to help you make it as easy as possible. All right, but so now that we've kind of touched on the features, we've shown the similarities in form factor between the S6 and the S7, let's get into our tire test, because I really want to see how much faster the S7 airs up an oversized 33-inch off-road tire on my big off-roading truck versus the old S6. So let's do that now. All right, so just to kind of show you here, I'm setting the S6, which is the orange one here, the older one, to 36 PSI. It is at 18.7. Now, just to go up here and show you, the S7, the newer one, is set to 36 as well, and it is also at 18.7. So I do like that they display on here exactly what your tire pressure is. So I missed 20 a little bit. I went a little over, so I equalized them and made them exactly the same. Now, I'm going to hit start on both of these. I'm going to hit start on the S6 first because I'm only one person. So there will be a second or two delay between the two, but I'm going to give the older or slower one the jump start. So all we have to do, hit the start button. Now the S6 right now, pretty quickly, is already up to 27, almost 28. Oh man, this one's already at 35. This one's slowing down. The S7 has been done for a little while now, and the S6 is getting there. It's been really close. You can definitely tell that there is a big difference here. All right, and that is it for the S6. So I will throw up the times on the screen here, but to go from 18.7 up to 36 pounds, pretty quickly, pretty easily. The S7 is definitely faster, but they both work super similar. And so again, I think either is a good option. It just depends, right? Are you in a big hurry? Do you have a lot of tires? Do you plan to use this as your primary airing up tool for the trails? And do you have big oversized tires like I do? Are you going to, air up all 4 tires? Because if so, if you can shave a couple minutes off each tire, I mean, that's a ton of time on 4, right? You can save 8 minutes right there and be ready to get back on the road and head home. Now, is that the end of the world? No. I mean, if for half the price, maybe the S6 makes more sense, right? But so either way, I love both of these compressors. I love the automatic shutoff. I love the functionality, the features. I love the way that they look, the small size of them. You can put them in a bag, throw them behind your back seat, put them in the bed of your truck, put them in a drawer system if you've got one of those. I keep one of these in my garage, like I mentioned. I may keep the new one in my wife's car because I don't know if she ever gets a flat tire. She doesn't really do this stuff a lot, but to be able to just quickly slap it on a tire and hit start basically and turn it on is really, really easy. All right, guys, so as you saw, the S7 is definitely an improvement over the S6. I love the things that they've done with this. They made it so much more powerful. Yes, it's more expensive than the S6 now, but when I got the S6, it was maybe 150 bucks, I think. So compared to that and all the extra power and features that you get in the new S7, it's a really good deal if you're looking not to air up 4 tires at the same time, not necessarily to run a full, overlanding, air down, air up sort of setup, but rather to have something that you can use if you get a flat tire, or if you want something that's just really, really easy to use to air up one at a time, and you're okay with that for a budget price versus spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars on a big double compressor air pump to air up all your tires, then this may be a good option too. So again, I hope that info was helpful for you. Now, I will put links to both these air compressors in the description down below. So again, if you want to spend about $100, the S6 is a great option. If you're not in as big of a hurry or you don't mind spending a little extra time airing up each tire, or the S7 is about $200. So again, for the increased speed and the extra features, I think that this thing is worth it all day long, but totally up to you. Save yourself some money based on what makes the most sense for your setup, right? So again, I hope that was helpful for you. If it was, click that like button. That helps a ton. It shows people that the video was helpful. Like I mentioned, links in the description down below, so definitely click through those to find these as easily as possible. As always, there will be a link to my social media pages down there. So wherever you want to come hang out, I'd love to have you as a follower, subscriber on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, wherever. Definitely click through those links. Also below this video is a join button, which is just sort of a passive way to support the channel, get you early access to the videos and some other perks. If you want to be more involved with all things overlanding, there's also a link to my Patreon group, which is an awesome growing group of guys that keeps adding new people every month, basically. So again, if that sounds good to you and you want to be in our 24/7 Discord, we go on a trip once or twice a year in person, and we jump on Zoom calls once a month as well. So check that out if that sounds good to you, and we'd love to have you there. Also below this video in the description is a link to my website where I've got funny overlanding camping themed patches and stickers, things like don't burn your wiener and it's a hot dog, or I hate people so I camp. There's also all things overlanding stickers and patches, so if any of those sound good, check those out. And then of course there's a link to the Newbie Overlanders Facebook group. Now this group is totally free to join, over 27,000 people at the time I'm recording this, and it's just a ton of fun. Different from the big groups, we don't allow bullying and all that sort of thing. So if you're looking for a place to come and actually ask questions and really get help, or if you're more experienced and you want to come help people without all the negativity, check out Newbie Overlanders. But again, I hope that was helpful for you. If it was, consider clicking that subscribe button. I do a couple videos every week, and I'd love to have you. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.